1. Luke Donald praises Robert MacIntyre's Ryder Cup charge. 2. Luke Donald, leading Europe to victory in the away Ryder Cup. 3. Ryder Cup 2025, Donald on key qualifying weeks, Scottish Open and Open Championship. 4. Robert MacIntyre secures Ryder Cup spot. Luke Donald extremely impress. 5. Luke Donald on Ryder Cup, Robert MacIntyre's journey to elite golf. 1. Luke Donald praises Robert MacIntyre's Ryder Cup charge. Ryder Cup captain Luke Donald weighs in on Robert MacIntyre's remarkable journey and what it means for Team Europe. In a revealing assessment that has golf fans buzzing, Ryder Cup captain Luke Donald has shared his thoughts on Scotland's rising star Robert MacIntyre, and his evaluation might surprise you. MacIntyre, the 28-year-old sensation who made his Ryder Cup debut at Marco Simone in 2023, has been turning heads with an impressive run that includes 2 PGA Tour victories. His triumph at the RBC Canadian Open last June, followed by an emotional hometown victory at the Genesis Scottish Open, has established him as a force to be reckoned with in professional golf. But here's where it gets interesting. Currently sitting 4th in the Ryder Cup rankings after a spectacular second-place finish at the US Open, MacIntyre has caught the attention of returning captain Donald in a big way. Donald believes the young Scot's initial Ryder Cup experience was transformative, noting how it helped him really grow as a golfer and gave him the belief that he could perform with the very best. What's particularly noteworthy, and what many observers might have missed, is MacIntyre's successful adaptation to American golf. Donald praised the Scots' resilience during what he acknowledged was a challenging transition. When you make that transition from playing mostly in Europe to playing over there, it is difficult, Donald explained. The fields are deeper. It's harder. The captain revealed he's been closely monitoring MacIntyre's statistics, noting significant improvements since his qualification in Rome. This attention to detail suggests Donald may have big plans for the Scottish star in the upcoming competition. With the qualifying period concluding after the British Masters in August, the pressure is mounting. MacIntyre faces a crucial test this week as he defends his title against an elite field, including 8 of the world's top 10 players. In a particularly intriguing development, Donald also touched on Rory McIlroy's Masters victory and its impact on Team Europe's morale. What Rory did at the Masters is great for our team, Donald emphasized, adding that consistent high-level performance from top players is essential for victory. But here's the controversial question that's bound to spark debate. With such a strong field of contenders, could MacIntyre's rapid rise actually pose a selection dilemma for Captain Donald? And how might this impact team dynamics? What do you think about MacIntyre's chances of making the team? Is his American success a game-changer for European golf? Share your thoughts in the comment. 2. Luke Donald, leading Europe to victory in the away Ryder Cup. Golf's toughest test is about to get underway, and Luke Donald, captain of the European team, is gearing up to take on the challenge of a lifetime, winning the Ryder Cup on away soil. For many, this is the most daunting task in the world of golf, but Donald is confident that his team has what it takes to rise to the top and claim the trophy. As the first captain to lead the European team in 2 consecutive editions since Gallagher, Donald knows the weight of responsibility on his shoulders. He previously led the team 2 years ago in Rome and has been entrusted with the role once again. When speaking to the media, the 47-year-old emphasized that the opportunity to captain the team for a second time was an honor and a privilege he couldn't refuse. "The guys wanted me to come back and have another chance," Donald said. "Not many people have ever had that chance, and I understand that it's a great honor and a great privilege, but also a very tough challenge being in New York." Donald's team is set to face a tough battle, not just on the course but also in the stands. The US team will have the support of a huge home crowd, and Donald will need to help his players navigate the pressure and noise. But here's where it gets interesting. Donald believes that his team's continuity, with him as captain for the second time, could be a key advantage. It's hard to win away Ryder Cups, but having the continuity of a repeat captain, "A lot of the guys know me, know how I work," he explained. As a seasoned leader, Donald has shown that he can direct the European team in the right direction. His ability to inspire trust in his players is undeniable, and he's working hard to ensure they're prepared for the challenge ahead. But can he overcome the odds and lead his team to victory in the face of overwhelming home support? The US team's fanbase is known for being loud and proud, and Donald will need to come up with a strategy to help his players stay focused under pressure. They already trust in my abilities to lead them, and I'm happy, in general, with how things are shaping up, Donald said. You're always continually trying to learn. It needs a little bit of a different approach, especially with how to deal with the crowd. That's really my role, getting them into a good frame of mind and giving them the reasons why I think they can win. As the competition heats up, one thing is certain, Luke Donald and his team will need to be at the top of their game to take home the coveted Ryder Cup. So, do you think they have what it takes to overcome the odds and emerge victorious? Share your thoughts in the comments below. 3. Ryder Cup 2025. Donald on key qualifying weeks, Scottish Open and Open Championship. As the Ryder Cup 2025 approaches, the stakes couldn't be higher for Europe's golfing elite. According to team captain Luke Donald, the upcoming Scottish Open and the Open Championship represent the pinnacle of the qualifying rounds. These tournaments are not just games, they are the battlegrounds where dreams of representing Europe against the formidable United States team will either take flight or be dashed. But here's where it gets controversial. Not all spots are secured, and the pressure is immense. The Scottish Open, set against the picturesque backdrop of the Renaissance Club near Edinburgh, and the subsequent Open Championship at Royal Portrush in Northern Ireland, are where the mettle of Europe's finest will be tested. 2 years ago, under Donald's leadership, Europe clinched a significant 16-1/2 11-1/2 victory in Rome. Now, Donald is banking on his top players to deliver once again. These weeks are crucial against the toughest competitors, and it's time for the leading players to shine, Donald shared with BBC Scotland. While Rory McIlroy has already secured his place on the 12-member team, other talented players like Englishman Tommy Fleetwood and Tyrrell Hatton are close behind, yet nothing is set in stone until the British Masters concludes on August 24. The US team's selection will wrap up a week earlier, following the PGA Tour's BMW Championship. The selection process mirrors that of the US, with Donald choosing half of the team based on performance. And this is the part most people miss. The dynamics of team selection can be as strategic as the game itself. Scotland's Robert MacIntyre, currently 4th in the European rankings, has shown remarkable progress since his debut at the 2023 Ryder Cup, where he remained unbeaten. His victories at last year's Canadian Open and the Scottish Open have not only bolstered his resume but have also boosted his confidence, playing among the world's best. MacIntyre's growth as a golfer post-Ryder Cup has been impressive, and his adaptation to US greens is noteworthy, noted Donald. Despite the challenges of transitioning to more competitive fields in the US, MacIntyre has maintained a strong performance, highlighted by his near win at the recent US Open. Donald, the first European captain since Bernard Gallagher in the 1990s to lead consecutive teams, understands the unique challenges of winning away games. Europe's last away win was the Miracle of Medina in 2012, and the US hasn't triumphed on European soil since 1993. Returning as captain is an honor and a formidable challenge, especially in New York, Donald acknowledged. He emphasizes the importance of mental preparation and crowd management in these high-stakes matches. This season, European players have claimed 5 PGA Tour events, with McIlroy's Masters win at Augusta boosting team morale significantly. Rory's triumph is a beacon of leadership and excellence that uplifts the entire team, Donald added. As the qualifications heat up, the question remains, can Europe harness this momentum to overcome the challenges ahead? What do you think? Will the strategic picks and seasoned leadership be enough to secure another European victory on foreign soil? Share your thoughts and join the debate. 4. Robert MacIntyre secures Ryder Cup spot? Luke Donald extremely impress. Imagine this, Luke Donald, the current European Ryder Cup captain, has expressed his admiration for Scotland's Robert MacIntyre, suggesting he'll be part of the team. But here's where it gets interesting. MacIntyre is just 28 and has already made a significant impact despite the challenges of transitioning to the PGA Tour. This young golfer's journey is a testament to perseverance and skill. MacIntyre is currently ranked 4th in the European Ryder Cup standings, a position he secured through consistent performances. His debut in the biennial event came in 2023, and since then, he's focused on playing more frequently in North America. Last June, he achieved his first victory on the PGA Tour, winning alongside his father Dougie. He followed that up with a strong showing against Scot at the Renaissance Club. These accomplishments have clearly caught Donald's eye. As Donald shapes his team, the top 6 players in the standings reflect the usual suspects: Rory McIlroy, Tommy Fleetwood, Tyrrell Hatton, Shane Lowry, and Sepp Straka. McIlroy, the Masters champion, is set to make his 8th appearance in the tournament. Fleetwood, who recently finished second in the Travelers' Championship, is hot on his heels in the points race. Hatton, a recent recruit to LIV Golf, Lowry, a former Open champion, and Straka, a multiple tour winner, round out the top contenders. MacIntyre's recent runner-up finish at the US Open in Oakmorn further solidified his status as a rising star. Donald, a former world number 1, praised MacIntyre's consistency and improvement in statistics since qualifying in Rome. "When you move to a tour with deeper fields, it's challenging," Donald explained. But Robert has shown resilience and skill, making him a valuable addition to the team. Interestingly, Donald's decision to captain the team again was not taken lightly. After leading Europe to a decisive victory in Rome 2 years ago, expectations were high for him to step down. Justin Rose, a former US Open champion, was considered the frontrunner for the position. However, Donald felt compelled to return, driven by the opportunity to lead his team to victory on foreign soil, a feat not achieved since the legendary Miracle of Medina in 2012. "The guys wanted me back and to have another chance," Donald stated. "It's a huge honor, but it's also a daunting task. Winning away from home is tough, but the continuity of having a repeat captain brings a level of trust and familiarity among the players. This continuity is crucial, especially when dealing with the unique challenges of playing in New York. Donald's role is to keep the team focused and motivated, reminding them of their potential for success. Getting them into the right mindset is key," he emphasized. "I believe we can do it." As we look ahead to the upcoming Ryder Cup, the European team standings reveal a mix of seasoned veterans and promising newcomers. At the top of the leaderboard is Rory McIlroy, closely followed by Tommy Fleetwood, Tyrrell Hatton, Robert MacIntyre, Shane Lowry, and Sepp Straka. Meanwhile, the US team boasts an impressive lineup led by Scotty Scheffler, Xander Schauffele, JJ Spaun, Russell Henley, and Bryson DeChambeau. So, what do you think? Is Donald's decision to captain the team again a wise one? And how do you see the dynamics between the European and US teams playing out? Share your thoughts in the comment. 5. Luke Donald on Ryder Cup, Robert MacIntyre's journey to elite golf. The Ryder Cup isn't just another tournament, it's a defining moment that can transform a golfer's confidence and career. Luke Donald, the captain of the European Ryder Cup team, knows this better than most. As the team gears up for this year's fiercely competitive event, Donald is fully aware that his players face a daunting challenge ahead. Yet, he remains hopeful and confident, especially with 2 crucial tournaments on the horizon, the Scottish Open and the Open Championship. These events will not only test the players' skills but also help determine who truly deserves a spot on the team. Donald, a seasoned veteran in the world of golf, is eager to see his players rise to the occasion. "These upcoming weeks are huge, with some of the toughest fields you'll see all year," he told the BBC. "We want to witness our top players stepping up and proving their worth. Some have already secured their places on the team, but there are still a few open spots. These tournaments are critical for those fighting to earn their place." One player Donald has singled out as a potential key figure for Europe's Ryder Cup hopes is Robert MacIntyre. The 28-year-old Scotsman made waves on the PGA Tour last year, showcasing his talent and potential. However, this season has been a bit of a struggle for him as he tries to regain the form that once made him stand out. Despite their ups and downs, Donald remains a strong supporter of MacIntyre. He believes the Ryder Cup experience was a turning point for the young golfer, giving him the confidence and belief that he belongs among the elite. "That event really helped him grow as a player," Donald explained. "It gave him the assurance that he can compete with the very best in the world." MacIntyre himself has been open about the challenges he faced adapting to life on the PGA Tour. Transitioning from playing primarily in Europe to competing regularly in the United States is no small feat. The differences in courses, travel, and competition level can be overwhelming. Yet, MacIntyre handled his rookie season impressively, even securing 2 victories on one of golf's most prestigious stages. Luke Donald expects that the Scottish golfer will soon rediscover the form and confidence that made him a rising star. Making that jump from European tournaments to the PGA Tour is tough, Donald acknowledged. But Robert has the talent and mindset to succeed. As the season progresses, all eyes will be on MacIntyre to see if he can recapture his earlier brilliance and solidify his place among Europe's Ryder Cup contenders. But here's where it gets controversial. Some critics argue that relying heavily on Ryder Cup performances to judge a player's worth can be misleading. After all, golf is a game of consistency over time, not just moments of brilliance. What do you think? Should Ryder Cup success weigh heavily in team selection, or is it just one piece of a much larger puzzle? Share your thoughts below. Do you agree with Donald's faith in MacIntyre, or do you see things differently?